Good morning. This is Michael Hale from Red Zone Radio, and we've got breaking news coming in this morning. Though I'm going to be honest, breaking might be giving it too much credit right now, because what we have is messy. Multiple emergency bulletins, scattered advisories, and a whole lot of officials choosing their words very carefully. Here's the simple version. We're getting reports of security incidents at military installations across the country. Not one base, not one region, different branches, different states. And the wording is vague enough that I can't tell you confidently whether this is a training accident that spiraled or something a lot worse.
I'm staring at 3 separate internal summaries and they don't match, Michael. Fort Bragg, well, Fort Liberty now, but a lot of people still call it Bragg. The language there is containment issue. Camp Pendleton uses loss of order. Norfolk Naval Station calls it a medical emergency involving multiple personnel. That's not one story. That's 3 different stories.
Which tells me either the reports are incomplete, or somebody's trying to keep this from turning into a national panic before anyone's had coffee.
Or they don't know what it is yet.
Also possible. Look, for listeners just tuning in, early this morning, roughly between 5:30 and 6 a.m. local time, multiple bases reported internal disturbances. Some are on lockdown, civilian access suspended, and the Pentagon has issued no public statement.
Nothing. Not even a "we're aware."
That's typical. They don't like speaking until they've decided what they're saying.
Or until they've decided what they want us to believe.
Jenny's in a mood early today, folks.
I'm in a something's off mood.
Reassuring, controlled, fair. And we're going to keep this responsible. No internet rumors as facts, no wild conclusions. We take it piece by piece, we look for patterns, and we wait for official confirmation. Now, phones are already stacked. And when the phone lines light up at 6 in the morning, that usually means people out there are seeing things long before the official channels catch up. Line 3, you're on Red Zone.
Hi, my name's Karen. I'm calling from New Jersey. I don't know if this is related, but I was driving south on I-95 maybe 40 minutes ago, near the Delaware line.
Okay, Karen, what'd you see?
There was a military convoy pulled over on the shoulder. Humvees, troop carriers, like a real convoy, not just one vehicle. Doors open, soldiers outside, and they were yelling, like screaming at each other.
Yelling like arguing? Confused or...
Angry. One guy shoved another out of a vehicle. I thought it was just a fight, but then one of them lunged at him, like he wanted to hurt him.
Did you see anyone point a weapon?
No guns raised. I didn't see that, but it looked out of control, and I've driven past convoys before. This wasn't normal.
Okay, Karen, you did the smart thing by not stopping. You kept moving. Did you see any military police? Anyone trying to control it?
I couldn't tell. It was like everybody was focused on one thing and nobody was directing traffic.
Understood. Thank you for calling, Karen. And just to be clear to listeners, we can't confirm yet whether that convoy incident is tied to what's being reported at the bases, but we're logging it.
Okay, thanks.
That's the first civilian report we've gotten that's not, "I saw a headline." That's somebody on the road watching military personnel act off.
Or act stressed. Or act human. But yeah, logged.
I'm trying to reach a contact at Fort Liberty. Busy. Norfolk. Busy. I tried a public affairs number. It just loops. Fort Hood. Same thing. It's like every line is jammed at once.
Could be a drill.
Drills don't usually jam every line across multiple bases.
Okay, fair.
I'm seeing conflicting explanations floating around already. Training accident, chemical leak, mass psychosis. That last one is a weird phrase to attach to soldiers.
Mass psychosis is the kind of thing people throw out when they don't have facts. It's like saying something's spooky. It explains nothing.
But it's showing up in multiple places.
That doesn't make it true. We're not going to let speculation drive the broadcast. We're also seeing social media explode with videos, grainy clips of uniformed people fighting, shoving, tackling, people captioning it like they're watching a meltdown. Again, videos exist, but context doesn't. Where, when, who? We don't know. So we note it, and we don't build a story on it.
People are still going to build a story on it, whether we do or not.
And that's why we keep repeating what we know and what we don't know. Now, let's talk geography for a second, because this is what's got everyone's attention. Fort Liberty in North Carolina. Camp Pendleton in California, Norfolk in Virginia. Those are not connected in the normal sense. Different commands, different missions. If you told me something happened at Fort Liberty, I'd say, okay, local issue. But when you add Camp Pendleton and Norfolk in the same hour, it starts to look like either a coincidence so wild it feels unlikely, or something bigger.
We've also got reports coming in about bases near major cities, places where the perimeter touches civilian life. That's what's bothering me. This isn't contained on some remote post.
Still not confirmed.
Michael, nothing is confirmed. That's the problem.
I know. We're going to keep rolling through incoming reports. We've got a note here, Fort Liberty has restricted all personnel movement. That's internal language. That's not for us. But it's being shared around like someone inside wants people to know they're in trouble.
And Norfolk's advisory mentions civilians near the gate.
Which, if true, is where this becomes a public safety situation. All right, new hour is coming up, but before we cross 7, I want to address something I'm seeing in the comments and in messages. People are already saying bioweapon. People are already saying terrorist attack on bases. Listen, those are serious claims. And right now, we don't have a single official statement pointing that direction.
But it's not crazy that people are thinking it.
It's not crazy to consider. It is crazy to declare it true with no evidence.
Fair.
Steady. We're going to take another call. Female caller, so I'm handling it all the way through. Line 2, you're on Red Zone.
Hi, my name is Denise. I'm in Virginia Beach. My sister lives near Norfolk. She texted me saying she saw people running near the base entrance, like something was happening.
Did she say what? Did she see any vehicles, any police?
She said there were military police there, and then she saw uniformed guys fighting, like pushing, grabbing, and then people started running away from the gate.
Okay. Denise, I'm going to say this carefully. If your sister is near a base entrance and she sees disorder, she should not go closer to get a better look. She should go inside, lock doors, and monitor local advisories.
Is this like an attack?
No confirmation of that. Officials aren't calling it an attack. They're calling it an internal incident. I know that's not comforting, but it matters.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for calling.
The civilian calls are all saying the same thing in different words. This doesn't look like the military.
Or it looks like the military under stress.
You're clinging to stress like it's a life raft.
Because panic kills people faster than uncertainty. Now we cross into the 7 o'clock hour. It's 7:01 a.m. Eastern. Overnight advisories are now expanding. We're seeing more bases flagged. Norfolk Naval, Fort Hood, multiple Air Force installations.
I've got references to Norfolk, Fort Hood, and at least 2 Air Force bases. And what's freaking me out is the repetition of time. Every report starts in that same window, roughly 5:30 to 6 local.
That's not nothing.
That's not a coincidence.
It could be a coordinated drill.
Michael?
I'm saying it could be. I'm not saying it is. I'm trying to keep options open.
Options don't help if the pattern is real. New reports begin coming in from Norfolk area. Police scanner references. Escaped military personnel. Unresponsive. Aggressive. Those are words you don't usually hear linked to a base unless something has gone very wrong. Local police bulletins near bases are describing individuals as non-compliant and unresponsive to verbal commands.
That can be intoxication, heat injury, chemical exposure. There are explanations that don't require.
There's also the phrase escaped. That implies they didn't want those people outside.
True. All right, we've got another call coming in, and this one's important. Female caller. Michael handles it. Line 1. Go ahead.
My name's Sarah. My husband is stationed at Fort Hood. He called me at 6:40. I don't even know if I should say this on the radio.
Sarah, you're okay. Take a breath. Tell me what your husband told you.
He said something was wrong with the men. He said it started during morning briefing, like the unit just turned on each other.
Turned on each other how? Fighting?
Worse. He said they weren't responding to commands. They weren't listening, and then Private Martinez got shot.
Shot?
Twice. He said it didn't stop him. He kept coming. My husband said they're not staying down. That's what he said. And then he said they were biting.
Sarah, slow down. Biting?
Yes, I know how it sounds. I told him to lock himself somewhere safe. He said he got into the armory, and then his line went dead. That was 20 minutes ago. I can't reach him. I can't reach the base. Nobody answers.
Sarah, I'm going to be careful here. Stress changes how people describe things. In a crisis...
He's not hysterical. He's a staff sergeant. He's been deployed twice. He does not panic like this.
I hear you. I'm not calling your husband a liar. I'm trying to keep this responsible for people listening.
I don't care about responsible. I want my husband alive.
So do we.
He said they shot one of them and he didn't stop. He said it was like it didn't matter, like it didn't register. And then he said, "Don't come here." He told me not to come. And
Sarah, stay where you are. Do not drive to the base. Keep trying official channels, and if you get any message at all, call back. You're not alone here, okay?
Please don't let them cover this up.
We won't.
That's the third call with the same theme. Shots not stopping attackers. It's still anecdotal. It's still... Michael, there's video now.
Video of what?
Careful. It appears to show armed, uniformed personnel near a base entrance, attacking people. Not warning shots. Not crowd control. Direct contact.
Attacking how?
Quiet. Charging.
Okay.
We're also hearing reports of military vehicles crashed on highways, drivers missing, or described as acting rabid. That's the word popping up on a couple local bulletins.
Rabid is not a medical description. That's panic language.
But it's repeating.
Yeah. Now. This is the moment where the host's skepticism starts to crack. Not because they want to be dramatic, but because the same details keep showing up from different places. Let's talk information flow. Military bases lock down. Phones jam. Local police get vague advisories. Social media fills in the blanks with clips and rumors. And now, civilians are calling radio stations to describe what they saw on highways and near gates. That's how a crisis starts. Not with a speech, with confusion.
And silence from the top.
We still have no Pentagon statement.
Which means either they're preparing one, or they don't have one. At around 7:30 a.m., the CDC finally issues a vague statement, and it's the first time an official federal public health agency points to something biological. Professional. We have a preliminary CDC note coming in. It references a possible contagion event localized to military facilities. No details. No cause. No confirmation of scope. Alarmed. Contagion means spread. Careful. It suggests they believe something transmissible may be involved. It also advises local authorities to avoid direct contact with affected personnel.
Stunned. Avoid contact with the military?
Quiet. That's what it says.
Low. That's unprecedented. We're getting more scanner language now. Escaped personnel. Non-compliant. Unresponsive to pain. Those phrases carry weight. They don't show up unless officers are dealing with something they can't control using normal procedure. We take a mail caller now. Jenny handles it fully. Steady. Mail caller on line 4, Jenny.
Tense. You're on red zone. Go ahead.
Name's Mike. I'm outside Killeen, Texas, not far from Fort Hood. I'm on the road right now. People are leaving.
Tell me what you're seeing.
There's a military truck, like a transport, half in the ditch. Doors open, no one inside. And I saw a guy in uniform on the shoulder, like hunched over. I slowed down and he turned and looked at me, and it was wrong. His face looked, I don't know, like he'd been in a fight. But he wasn't waving for help, he just stared. Then he started rotting at my car.
Did you stop?
No, I hit the gas. But I'm telling you, he ran like he didn't feel anything, like he didn't care if he got hit.
Mike, did you see any officers, any response vehicles?
There were sirens farther back, but nobody was there yet, and the traffic is getting worse by the minute.
Keep moving away from the base. Stay with other vehicles if you can, but don't stop for anyone in uniform acting erratically. I know how that sounds, but that's the guidance coming in.
So it's real.
Measured. Something is real. We're still learning what.
Okay.
Soft. Thank you for calling. Stay safe.
That's another civilian report of uniformed personnel behaving in a way that doesn't fit normal explanations.
And the time window keeps matching.
Which means we're moving from maybe unrelated incidents to pattern.
The hardest part is that early crises always look like misinformation until they don't.
And we're dangerously close to until they don't.
People are going to ask the same question over and over. Why would multiple bases have personnel turn violent at the same time?
If it's biological, it could be exposure to something. If it's external, it could be coordinated. If it's internal, it could be a training thing that failed catastrophically.
That's a lot of coulds.
It's because we don't have hard answers. But I'll say this, if you were testing something, some kind of agent, military bases would be where it happens.
Or where it goes wrong.
Or if someone wanted to cripple the country quickly, hitting bases first don't. You're right, not without evidence. As we approach the end of Hour 2, the professional concern masked by casual banter is basically gone. It's still professional, but the casual part is thinning out. To our listeners, we are not telling you to panic. We are telling you to stay alert. Avoid military installations until further notice. If you live near a base and you see unusual activity, roadblocks, convoys stopped, personnel acting erratically, create distance and monitor local instructions.
And we're saying this because the guidance coming in, CDC language, local police language, suggests there may be a contagious element tied to affected personnel.
And because the pattern is no longer easy to dismiss.
Michael, if the military can't even tell the public what's happening,
then they either don't know, or they're scared of what people will do if they say it.
or both.
It's 7:59 a.m. Eastern. In the next hour, we're going to focus on what that word containment actually means, and what it looks like if containment is already failing. Stay with us. It's just after 8 a.m. Eastern. If you've been with us since 6, you've heard the story tighten up. Not because we're trying to build suspense, because the reports are lining up in a way that's getting harder to explain away. Here's the latest. Multiple military installations are now using a word we weren't hearing earlier: infected personnel. That phrase is appearing in internal advisories, and when the military uses that word, it means they believe something is spreading inside their own ranks.
And it's not isolated. I'm watching new locations pop up like bad weather on a radar map. Fort Liberty area is still active. Fort Hood is still active. Camp Pendleton is still active. Norfolk is still active. And now we're hearing about disturbances at more Air Force installations, plus at least one Navy facility beyond Norfolk.
We also have something else now. Evacuation language. Not stay inside. Not monitor updates. Evacuation.
Non-essential personnel are to evacuate. Families advised to leave immediately. Civilian communities adjacent to base perimeter should relocate. That's a lot of words that mean one thing. They don't trust their own fences anymore.
Let's say the quiet part out loud. If you're evacuating civilians away from a military base, you're admitting the danger is coming from the base.
And the base is supposed to be the safe place.
Which is why this is hitting like a gut punch across the country. We're getting reports of highways near major bases turning into parking lots. Not normal rush hour congestion, full gridlock. Families leaving base housing, military spouses, kids in pajamas, people abandoning plans, abandoning jobs, just getting out.
And this is where the story turns, Michael, because the highways are also where we're seeing incidents.
We're going to be careful with wording here.
We should, but we also can't pretend it's not happening.
Steady. All right. We have the first confirmed reports of civilian casualties near at least one base perimeter. Not rumors, not social media. Confirmed by local law enforcement.
The language being used is assault by military personnel, not crossfire, not accident. Assault.
That is a line we don't come back from.
One officer report includes suspect did not stop after multiple rounds. Another includes suspect unresponsive to pain. They're describing these encounters like they're dealing with something that doesn't behave like a person.
Could be drugs. Could be severe shock. Could be...
Michael, officers are describing headshots.
Okay, we're going to take calls, but I want to remind listeners, we are logging patterns. We are not using your trauma as entertainment. If you call, we're going to treat it seriously and ask questions carefully. Female callers, I'm handling the full call. Male callers, Jenny handles the full call. That's how we keep this organized while the lines are stacked. Line 1, female caller, go ahead.
My name is Emily. I'm in North Carolina. My husband's stationed at Fort Liberty. He texted me at like 6:30. Just one text. He said, "Get the kids. Leave now." That's it.
Emily, where are you right now?
In the car, I'm on the road, but it's not moving. It's not moving at all. Everybody's trying to leave at the same time.
Are you on a main highway?
Yes, and there are military vehicles on the shoulder. Some are just stopped. Doors open. People are standing around them.
People in uniform?
Yeah, and they're not waving people through. They're not directing traffic. They're just looking at cars.
Emily, do not stop for anyone who approaches your vehicle. Keep your doors locked. If you can safely change routes, do it. But do not get out.
I'm trying. Michael, why won't anyone tell us what's happening?
I don't know. But you did the right thing leaving. Keep your kids close. And if you get a message from your husband, anything, call us back.
Okay.
Emily, Stay safe. Thank you.
That's the kind of call that makes this feel real for people. Not, I saw a clip. My husband told me to run.
And military families don't run unless something's wrong. Now we're seeing emergency advisories that talk about deploying troops to contain the infected, contain their own.
Troops deployed to contain infected personnel. That line is in multiple internal summaries. It sounds like a sentence from a nightmare.
It also suggests they believe this isn't just violence. It's a biological event, something transmissible.
But here's the problem. Containment requires order, and the reports coming in suggest order is already compromised.
Exactly. We're also hearing something else. Military equipment falling into compromised hands. Not stolen in the normal sense. Taken by infected personnel.
Which means whatever is happening, it's not stripping people of muscle memory. They can still operate vehicles. They can still handle equipment. They can still move as units.
And if that's true, then the danger is not just the infection. It's the fact that the infection is wearing boots and carrying a rifle.
We have a male caller on line 3, near a checkpoint outside a base perimeter. Jenny's handling. Go ahead, sir.
My name's Brian. I'm outside Virginia, outside Quantico area. There was a checkpoint set up on the road. Soldiers were stopping cars. It looked official.
What changed?
They started arguing, like the soldiers. One of them grabbed another one and slammed him into a barricade. Then the whole group just shifted, like they moved wrong. I know that sounds weird.
Moved wrong, how?
Like too fast, too stiff, like they weren't moving with normal. And then they attacked their own checkpoint. I mean, they attacked the guys who were still trying to do the job. It turned into this brawl, but not like a fight, like an animal thing.
Did you see any civilians get hurt?
A driver tried to back up, and one of the uniformed guys, ran at the car and started hitting the window. And it didn't matter that the driver was honking or yelling. It was like the soldier couldn't hear him.
Brian, did you leave?
Yeah, I left. I'm not a hero. I got out.
Good. Stay away from base roads. Keep distance. Do not approach checkpoints right now, unless local authorities explicitly guide you there.
This isn't a drill. This isn't a drill, right?
We can't call it a drill. No.
Okay.
Soft. Thank you for calling. People are running out of normal words.
And that's when the mind starts reaching for scary ones. At 8:40 a.m., another major systems warning hits.
We have reports that NORAD experienced a brief outage. Official wording, system synchronization issue.
NORAD doesn't have casual issues.
Quiet, which suggests either a technical cascade or personnel problems.
Or both at once. We're also getting reports of air traffic control issues near military-adjacent airports. Flights grounded. Confusion in the skies. Pilots refusing takeoff. Planes rerouted away from certain airspace.
And if you're wondering why that matters, because if infected personnel are present on bases, that includes people who work on flight lines, in towers, in hangars.
It means the infection doesn't just threaten the ground. It threatens systems. Now, this is where we get the first official Pentagon statement of the morning. One of only a few we'll relay because you asked us to limit government announcements. But this one is essential. This is a statement attributed to the Department of Defense. Quote, "We are addressing a biological threat affecting military personnel at multiple installations. Quarantine protocols are in effect. We advise civilians to follow local emergency guidance." End quote.
That's it.
That's it. No explanation of what the biological threat is. No origin. No reassurance. Just quarantine protocols.
Quiet anger. Follow local guidance when local guidance is being written in real time.
And when local guidance is, leave. By 9:10 a.m., the story expands beyond base perimeters.
Afraid. We're getting confirmed reports of infected military personnel attacking nearby towns.
These are trained soldiers.
Reading Fayetteville, Killeen, Oceanside. Civilians harmed near base-adjacent neighborhoods. And the descriptions match. The attackers don't respond to verbal commands, don't respond to pain the way humans do, and keep advancing.
The military is supposed to be the response force, the stable institution. The one that shows up when everything else breaks.
But they're the ones breaking first. We take another female caller. Michael handles.
My name's Rachel. I'm in California. My brother's a Marine at Camp Pendleton. He called my mom. He called her crying. I've never heard him cry. He said the barracks went insane. He said people were attacking each other and the MPs, like they couldn't stop it.
Rachel, where's your brother now?
We don't know. His phone died or he hung up. He just kept saying, "Don't come here. Don't come here." And then he said something like, "They won't stay down." That's what he said.
You're hearing that phrase too.
Desperate. What does that even mean?
I don't know yet, but you did the right thing not going there. Do not approach the base. Stay with your family and monitor local instructions.
Is he dead?
I can't answer that, but I want you to hear me. You did the right thing by staying away. Thank you for calling, Rachel.
Same phrase, different base, different branch.
They won't stay down. That's becoming the signature line of this morning. Now the show crosses into late morning, hour 4, and the fear turns into something sharper. Realization. It's 9:58 a.m. Eastern. We're moving into the next phase of this story, and it's not a comfortable phase. We're getting confirmation from multiple military sources that they are losing control of installations entirely.
And that's not our interpretation. That's the language. Loss of control. Breach from within. Perimeter failure.
Which means the fences aren't holding. The gates aren't holding. The command structure isn't holding. At 10:10 a.m., reports begin that the military is taking extreme measures, attacking its own facilities.
We're seeing reports that armed forces have conducted strikes on their own overrun facilities, bombing their own bases to destroy compromised personnel and equipment.
American military aircraft targeting American military property.
Because they can't clear it on the ground.
Because the ground teams are infected too. Then another development. Convoys ambushed by their own.
Reports of military convoys being ambushed by turned soldiers. Convoys trying to evacuate families or transport supplies. Stopped, attacked, seized.
Which means the infected aren't just wandering.
They're intercepting.
They know the routes. They know the procedures. They know where supply lines move.
Training doesn't disappear.
At this point, the nuclear question enters. Not because we want to scare people, but because it's what officials are actively addressing. We are receiving reports that nuclear-capable installations have been placed on highest alert. Minot Air Force Base is one being mentioned. Others as well. The concern is not that launch codes have been stolen in some Hollywood sense, but that personnel integrity is compromised.
If you can't trust the people guarding the most sensitive systems in the country, you have a problem that has nothing to do with politics and everything to do with survival.
And you have that problem right now. Meanwhile, states attempt to respond.
Martial law has been declared in at least 15 states.
And who enforces it?
Exactly.
Martial law is a piece of paper if your enforcement bodies are outgunned, overwhelmed, or compromised. Now we bring in the retired colonel you specified, male caller, so Jenny handles fully. Steady. We have a male caller, retired Army officer, line 6. Jenny.
Sir, you're on red zone. Go ahead.
This is Colonel James Henderson, retired Army, 30 years. I've been listening, and I need to translate what people are hearing into reality.
Please do.
Military protocols are designed around slow-moving crises. Containment, quarantine, staged response. But if the infection spreads inside units before leadership understands it, command collapses instantly. You lose trust, you lose order, you lose the ability to coordinate.
People keep saying, why can't they stop it?
Because they're trying to fight a threat that's wearing their own uniform, using their own systems, inside their own fences. That's the worst case scenario.
Are you saying we're watching worst case?
Yes. There are reports infected personnel are retaining skills. If that's true, then every base that falls becomes a weapons cache for the enemy. Thousands of trained individuals, now infected, with access to vehicles, armories, and tactics.
So this isn't just an outbreak.
It's an armed outbreak, and that changes everything. What should civilians do? Long pause. Avoid bases. Avoid uniforms. And stop waiting for a coordinated federal response. It may not come in time.
Thank you, Colonel.
Stop waiting. That's a hard sentence.
But it's the most honest one we've heard all morning. Now another specific key point. Apache helicopter crash after pilot turned mid-flight. We can report it as confirmed by local authorities, emphasizing uncertainty.
We are getting reports of an Apache helicopter crash. Early indications suggest the pilot became unresponsive mid-flight. No official cause released, but it's being grouped with these infection-related incidents.
Which means the infection may be reaching aircraft crews.
Meaning the sky is not automatically safe anymore. And supply depots being raided by infected troops.
Reading. Multiple military supply depots reportedly breached. Weapons and ammunition moving out of controlled storage and into the hands of compromised personnel.
That is catastrophic, because it means this isn't just spreading, it's arming itself.
And organizing. By late morning, the hosts are no longer trying to sound casual. They're trying to sound stable.
Here's where we are at 11:52 a.m. Eastern. The military is reporting infection within its ranks. It is reporting loss of control at multiple installations. It is conducting strikes on its own overrun facilities. Convoys are being ambushed by compromised personnel. Strategic installations are on alert. Martial law has been declared in multiple states, but enforcement is questionable.
And civilians are caught in the middle of all of it.
The military is supposed to be the response.
If they can't contain this,
then nobody can pretend this is contained.
This is America. This is not supposed to happen here.
Nothing is supposed to happen. It happens anyway.
Michael, if the military falls, what's left?
Communities, families, people helping each other. That's what's left.
And fear.
It's 11:59 a.m. Eastern. We're going to take a short reset. Not a break, not a commercial, just a reset. Because the next phase of this story is the hardest to say out loud. This may be the fastest collapse of military control in modern history, and it's happening in real time. Stay with us. It's just after noon on the East Coast, and if you're hearing my voice right now and thinking, okay, surely the government's got this, surely the military's getting control back, I need you to understand something. The last few hours have not been a recovery. They've been a collapse, a fast one. We're now getting repeated confirmation across multiple states that infected military personnel are not just violent. They are organized, they are coordinated, they are moving with training.
Tactical movement, use of cover, coordinated advances. And I want to say that carefully because I know how it sounds. People hear infected and they picture chaos, randomness, a mob. But that's not what we're hearing. We're hearing about formations.
Formations?
Yes. We're also receiving reports that the Pentagon's communications are going dark. Not delayed, dark.
To be clear, that doesn't mean the building is empty. It means the public line, what normally feeds governors, agencies, media, has essentially stopped.
The chain of command is severed.
And when the chain of command breaks, you don't get one response. You get thousands of responses.
You get every unit doing what it thinks it has to do to survive.
And that includes civilians. That includes you. By 12:20 p.m., the reports shift from bases to cities. Not because this is spreading in some slow, creeping way, but because bases are near cities and the roads connect everything.
We're getting reports of major cities seeing organized groups of infected military personnel, not just one or two, groups.
Which means the outbreak isn't leaving the base as a trickle. It's leaving as a wave.
Virginia Beach, San Diego, Tacoma, areas around Fort Hood, communities near Fort Liberty, and the descriptions are consistent. Uniformed personnel moving deliberately, targeting civilians and not responding to standard deterrence.
And we're also hearing something else now, that infected personnel are using weapons.
Rifles, sidearms, some report to mention automatic fire, coordinated bursts, like they're still following training instincts.
That changes everything, because you can outrun confusion sometimes. You can hide from chaos, but you can't easily hide from something that knows how to clear a building.
Or something that knows where people hide. We've got a male caller on the line from Virginia Beach. Jenny handles the full call.
Male caller, line 2. Jenny?
Tense. You're on red zone. Go ahead.
I'm David. I'm in Virginia Beach. I'm in a storage closet right now. I can hear them outside.
David, are you alone?
Yes. I was in my apartment building. I heard shots. I thought it was police. Then I saw them. They were in uniform. Like Navy. Like special units. Not regular MPs.
What were they doing?
Clearing. Room to room. 2-man teams. They weren't screaming. They weren't stumbling. They were working like training.
Were they armed?
Bitter laugh. Fully. Rifles. Gear. They executed a guy who ran into the hallway. Just dropped him.
David, do not leave where you are. Do not try to reason. Do you have a second exit?
Whispering. The window. But it's 3 stories. And I can hear them in the hall. They're not loud. That's the worst part.
I know.
Broken. How do you survive something that knows how you think?
You stay invisible. You stay quiet. You do not make yourself a problem they can solve.
Okay.
If you can text someone your location, do it. Then stay still. Thank you for calling, David.
They weren't loud. That's a detail that keeps showing up.
Because loud is human. Loud is fear. This sounds like procedure.
Procedure without mercy. Another key point starts hitting reports. Armored vehicles.
Reading. We now have multiple reports of tanks and armored personnel carriers moving through civilian areas. Arlington region, areas outside major bases. Some reports say the vehicles are being operated by infected personnel.
Tanks. In American streets.
And it's not just vehicles. It's the behavior. Witnesses describe turrets turning. Vehicles moving with intention, not aimless rolling.
Which means someone inside is still capable of operating controls.
Training survives.
Or the body is gone and something else is driving it. At 12:45 p.m., we start hearing about airstrikes. Again.
Air Force jets conducting strikes in American cities where military installations are overrun, not on enemy targets, on infected clusters.
That's a sentence nobody should ever hear in their lifetime.
But it's happening, and the reason is horrifyingly practical. They're trying to stop infected soldiers from spreading with hardware.
They're trying to destroy their own arsenal before it becomes an enemy's.
But you can't bomb every road.
You can't bomb every uniform. Now we introduce another major element. Nuclear submarines surfaced and adrift. Crew unknown.
Reading carefully. Reports indicate at least 1 nuclear submarine surfaced unexpectedly and is currently described as adrift. Crew status unknown. Communications not established.
That's beyond abnormal.
Quiet. It suggests either systems failure or personnel failure.
Either way. It tells you how deep this has reached. Now the militia formation point. Civilians forming groups, but outgunned.
We're also seeing reports of civilian groups forming. Neighborhood patrols, ad hoc roadblocks, people trying to protect families. But the problem is obvious.
Training and equipment.
These are civilians with rifles, facing trained infected personnel with automatic weapons and armored vehicles.
That is not a fair fight.
Now Jenny gets military contacts confirming dead but moving. I've been trying to reach military contacts all morning. Most lines dead. 1 person finally responded. It was short. It wasn't emotional. It was clinical.
What did it say?
It's not an infection. They're dead but moving.
Dead?
That's the word.
That's not a public health problem then.
That's something else.
That's a nightmare with a uniform.
Evacuation routes blocked, abandoned military vehicles, and infected troops. Evacuation routes are collapsing. Interstates blocked by abandoned military vehicles. Some routes blocked by infected troops. People are reporting roadblocks they can't identify. Some look official until they get close.
If you are driving, do not assume a uniform means safety. I hate saying that, but it's the truth of this day.
Because the uniform is now the threat. Now we roll into early afternoon, safe zones crumble.
It's 1:58 p.m. Eastern. We're moving into the worst stage of this story so far, the collapse of what people were told would protect them. Military safe zones are failing.
The last remaining secure bases, designated safe by local authorities, by emergency networks, are reporting breaches from within. Again, from within.
That means every place people ran to may have been the wrong place.
Now continuity of government protocols activated. President location unknown. Continuity of government protocols have been activated. The president's location is unknown. Senior leadership locations classified. This is being described as standard procedure under catastrophic national events.
That's not reassurance. That's a signal that the system expects more failure.
It's a signal that they expect the public line to snap. Now infected pilots trying to fly aircraft, mostly crashing.
We're getting more aviation-related reports. Infected personnel attempting to operate aircraft. Most attempts result in crashes. Some reports suggest a few aircraft managed to lift off before going down.
Even one is enough.
Because it means the infection doesn't stop at the gate. It doesn't stop at the barracks. It goes wherever trained people exist.
FEMA camps overrun within hours due to military guards infected first. FEMA camps opened in multiple regions. Within hours, multiple camps were reported overrun, and the pattern is the same. Military guards were placed first to secure the site, and the guards were infected first.
So the security becomes the breach.
The very thing meant to protect people becomes the first vector. Now caller describes refugee convoy decimated by infected National Guard unit. Female caller, in your key points for part 6. Caller describes refugee convoy decimated by NG unit. No gender specified. We can make it male so Jenny handles, to add variety, but must respect rule. Male caller handled by Jenny. We'll do male.
Male caller on line 5 describing a refugee convoy. Jenny.
Tense. You're on red zone. Go ahead.
My name's Steve. I was with a convoy. Just cars. Families. We were following a state route out of Kentucky. We heard there'd be a checkpoint with National Guard.
What happened at the checkpoint?
At first it looked okay. Like real guard. Vehicles, uniforms, somebody waving us down. Then one of them just lunged at a driver, like an animal. Then they started shooting.
The guards started shooting civilians?
It wasn't warning shots. It was like they didn't care. And then I saw them bite a guy. I'm sorry, I know how that sounds, but I saw it.
Steve, did you get away?
I drove through a field. I left people behind. Kids. I left them. I can't. They had armored vehicles. We didn't have a chance.
Steve, you survived. Right now, that's what matters. Do not go toward camps. Do not go toward bases. Stay with people you trust.
So there's nowhere?
Not the places you were told. Not anymore.
Okay.
Soft. Thank you for calling.
That's the nightmare logic of today. The places labeled safe are the first places to fall. Now strategic weapons facilities going dark.
Strategic weapons facilities are going dark. No communications. No confirmation of security status. The language is unverified integrity.
Meaning they can't confirm who is guarding what. Now military families trapped on bases. Caller Maria from part 6, female caller. Must be handled by Michael. We have a female caller on line 1 from Fort Campbell area. I'm taking it. Go ahead.
They told us the base was safe. Fort Campbell. They said, come here, you'll be protected. We came. We did what they said.
Maria, where are you right now?
Base housing. Locked inside. My kids are under the bed. I can hear them outside.
Who do you hear?
Soldiers. In uniform. Carrying guns. They were the guards. They were supposed to protect us.
Are they trying to get into your building?
They're walking past doors like they're checking. Like they know where people are. They're not shouting. They're not saying anything. That's the worst part.
Maria, listen to me. Keep doors locked. Stay quiet. Do you have any back exit? A window?
The windows face the street. I can't. If we run, they'll see us. And the gate's blocked. They blocked everything. Military vehicles.
Are there any neighbors with you?
Just my kids. I don't know if my husband is alive. He was on duty this morning. He stopped answering.
I'm sorry.
They told us it was safe. Why would they tell us that?
Because they believed it.
I can hear them closer.
Maria, put the phone on silent. Stay hidden. If you can text instead of call later, do that. We're here. We're listening.
Please.
I know.
That call is going to sit in people's heads.
It should. Because it's the truth of this day. Now remaining functional units fragmented, refusing orders, protecting families only.
We're also getting reports that remaining uninfected units are refusing orders, fragmenting, protecting their own families and abandoning broader missions.
Which is what happens when institutions fail. People revert to the smallest circle they can still trust.
And that means there is no coordinated response left. Now recognition military didn't just fail, accelerated outbreak.
I want to say something carefully. The military didn't just fail to stop this. The military accelerated it. That's not blame. That's mechanics. Training, concentrated capability. Transport, concentrated spread.
And once the infection hit the military, it hit the fastest moving, best equipped network in the country.
The same network designed to deploy anywhere became the network that carried it everywhere.
That's why this feels so fast.
It's 2:59 p.m. Eastern. Over the next hour, we may receive the final official transmission from the Pentagon. And based on what we're seeing, that message may not be reassurance. It may be a warning. Stay with us. It's just after 3 p.m. Eastern. If you're just tuning in, I need to say something up front. We are well past the phase where anyone should expect a clean, coordinated response. The story today hasn't been a curve. It's been a drop. Over the last hour, the most frightening shift hasn't been the violence itself. It's been the way the country is changing how it interprets a uniform. For most Americans, a uniform used to mean order, safety, help. It meant there was a chain of command behind the person standing in front of you. Today, that meaning is flipping. And it's flipping fast.
People are calling in from every kind of place. Small towns, cities, highways, rural roads, and the one thing they keep saying is they don't know who they can trust anymore. They don't know if the person in fatigues is there to help or there to hurt them.
And that uncertainty is going to get people killed.
And it's already starting.
We have the final confirmed transmission distributed from the Department of Defense. This is not a press conference. This is not a spokesperson. This is a directive pushed out through emergency channels. One of the only official messages we're going to read in full, because it changes what civilians should do.
Go ahead.
Reading steady. All United States military personnel are to be considered compromised until proven otherwise. Civilians are advised to avoid all uniformed individuals. Repeat, avoid all uniformed individuals. Avoid military installations. Avoid checkpoints. Do not approach armed personnel. Follow local emergency guidance. That's the message.
The military has told civilians to avoid the military.
That's what just happened.
That's not a warning about a few bad actors. That's a national admission that they've lost the ability to verify their own people.
And it tells you what they're afraid of. Infected personnel or compromised personnel, moving beyond bases and blending with any remaining legitimate response.
And it tells you what comes next. Civilians will treat every uniform as a threat.
Which means surviving uninfected service members are now in as much danger as civilians.
And they know it.
We're getting reports of service members removing insignia, ditching gear, abandoning posts, trying to look like civilians because they understand what that directive just did.
The uniform used to be protection. Now it's a target.
And that's not ideology. That's survival math. We're going to take calls. Remember, female callers, I handle the full call. Male callers, Jenny handles the full call. We're doing that to keep the lines organized and to keep conversations clean in the middle of this. Male caller on line 4, Jenny.
You're on Red Zone. Go ahead.
My name's Torres. Sergeant. I'm active duty. I'm not giving location.
Understood. Tell us what you saw.
It happened during briefing. People I've known for years. Guys I've eaten with. It wasn't gradual. It wasn't like someone got sick and fell over. They just switched. Like a light went out.
What did they do?
They went at us. Teeth. Hands. Like they were trying to tear through you. We fired. We did what we're trying to do. It didn't stop them the way it should.
Sergeant, are you saying gunfire wasn't effective?
I'm saying I watched a man take rounds and keep moving. And when I realized it wasn't stopping, I did something I never thought I'd do.
What did you do?
I shot my CO. He was already gone. But he was still walking. Still coming. And if I didn't stop him, he was gonna kill the rest of us.
I hear you.
Then I shot my best friend. And I'm telling you right now, people listening,
If you see anyone in military gear, don't wait to figure out if they're one of the good ones. You won't have time.
Sergeant, where are you going now?
Flat. Away from bases. Away from armories. I dumped my uniform. I dumped my weapon. Not because I don't need it. Because if civilians see it, they'll shoot me on sight. The uniform is a death sentence. It is now. Sergeant, any last guidance for civilians? Don't go to bases. Don't go to camps guarded by soldiers. And stop waiting for the military to fix it. We didn't lose control. We became the problem. Thank you for calling. Stay alive.
That's the most brutal truth of this day.
And it's coming from inside.
For civilians listening, understand what that implies. If an active duty sergeant is telling you to avoid uniforms, it's because he knows the reality on the ground.
And he knows how civilians are going to react.
And that reaction is already happening. Across the country, local police and sheriff departments are reporting they're outgunned. Not because officers aren't brave, but because they're facing trained personnel with military hardware.
And in some places, the police are also collapsing. Not giving up, but running out of people, running out of fuel, running out of comms.
Running out of hope.
And when hope runs out, people do whatever it takes.
We're also hearing about breaches at chemical and biological facilities. No confirmed secondary contamination, but the fear is spreading that this isn't the only hazard anymore.
As if anyone needed a second nightmare layered on top of the first.
Controlled. We're going to go to a female caller now. Line 1. Go ahead.
My name's Angela. I'm in Ohio. My sister's husband is National Guard. They were told to report this morning to secure a camp. He texted her once and then nothing.
Angela, what did the text say?
Breathing fast. He said, they put us on the gate. That's all. And then later she got one more message, and it just said, don't come near us.
That matches what we've heard all day. People inside uniformed roles warning their families away.
Are they infected?
I can't confirm that, but I can tell you this. If your sister is thinking of driving to find him, she should not. She should stay put and follow local guidance.
There's no guidance. The local office lines ring and ring.
Then the safest move is distance. Keep distance from any uniformed presence until you have verified safe contact.
This is America. How is this happening?
I don't know, but it is. Thank you for calling, Angela.
Calls like that, they're everywhere now.
Because the network military touches every community. Now the broadcast begins to shift toward New York more, not because the crisis is only here, but because Red Zone is here, and the local situation is changing around them. We need to update listeners on our local region as well. Reports indicate uniformed infected are now appearing in city streets, connected to recruiting stations, transport hubs, and military-adjacent routes. And I want to say this clearly, this is not just New York. We're getting calls from rural towns and suburbs too, but our station is in the Northeast, and what happens here matters to a lot of people.
We're also getting calls from the Midwest, the South, the West. This isn't a coastline problem. It's a national footprint.
Because the military is a national footprint. Male caller on line 6. Jenny.
You're on Red Zone. Go ahead.
My name's Nate. I'm in a small town in Kansas. We don't have bases out here like you guys do, but there are men in uniform on the county road. How many? 4, maybe 5. And they're not walking like lost people. They're checking cars. They're stepping into the road and making people stop. Nate, are they speaking? No, that's the thing. They're not yelling, not asking questions, just looking. Then one of them suddenly rushed a truck. The driver tried to back up, and they smashed the window. Nate, you need to leave that area immediately. Do not stop for them. Take back roads. If you can safely turn around, do it now. But where do we go? There's no city. There's nothing. You go away from uniforms, away from bases, away from camps. Stay with people you trust. Stay quiet. That's all we have right now. Okay. Thank you for calling. Stay alive.
That's the thing people have to understand. This isn't staying near bases. It's moving into the open country, too.
Roads connect everything.
And uniforms move on roads. Now we transition into Part 8's core. Uniform means death. Red zone under siege. Staff barricading. Gunfire echoing. Can't describe echoing. Must do through dialogue. Also keep technical difficulties. Power. Generator. Avoid audio cues. Mention banging but not in brackets. Careful. User earlier disliked background scene. But we can have in dialogue, I'm hearing something at the door, without describing sound effect. That should be acceptable. Keep it minimal. It's now entering the 4 p.m. hour. We need to be honest with listeners. The situation outside this station has changed in the last 20 minutes. We're receiving local reports of uniformed infected moving through nearby streets. We've also had our own staff reporting activity in the building lobby.
Michael, people need to know we might not be on air forever.
I know, and that's why we're going to focus on what matters. Survival information, pattern information, the truth as we understand it.
Tense. We're getting final callers from all over, people trying to get one message out before lines die.
Female caller on line 2. Go ahead.
My name's Lisa. I'm in upstate New York. My brother is National Guard at Fort Drum. I can't reach him.
Lisa, I'm here. Tell me what you know.
He called me at like 7 this morning. He sounded wrong. Not sick, just scared. He said they were told to hold the line. He said some of the guys weren't acting right. He said he saw someone get shot, and the guy kept moving. And then he said, if you see us, don't come close.
He warned you away.
Yes, and he was never like that. He's always the calm one. He's always the one saying, we're trained, we've got it. And today he sounded like he didn't believe in training anymore.
Lisa, I can't tell you where your brother is right now, but I can tell you your brother did the right thing warning you.
Is he dead?
I can't answer that. I'm sorry. What I can say is do not go toward Fort Drum. Do not go toward any base. Stay with family. Stay quiet. And if you get any message from him, anything, hold on to it and call us back if you can.
Okay.
Lisa, stay safe.
Fort Drum, that's
Jenny, breathe.
where my brother is.
Jenny.
Jake. He's National Guard. I've been trying not to say it on air. But I can't reach him, and now people are calling about Fort Drum like it's already gone.
Jenny, I'm sorry.
We told people all morning, wait for official word, don't jump. We kept telling them help was coming. And now the official word is avoid the military. We told them the military would save them.
We didn't know.
But we kept saying it like we did.
We were doing what the entire country does. We were assuming the institution would hold.
And it didn't.
Jenny, listen to me. Your job right now is to keep talking. Your brother would want you to keep talking.
Okay.
We're still broadcasting. That matters.
Michael, I'm looking out the window right now. There are military vehicles on the avenue.
How many?
More than I'm comfortable counting, and they're not moving like normal convoys. They're stopping, starting like they're searching.
That's consistent with what callers described. Deliberate movement.
Jenny, there are people running, civilians, and there are uniformed figures behind them.
Are they armed?
Yes.
Then we keep people listening focused. Distance from uniforms, distance from bases, and don't trust official-looking checkpoints.
Michael, someone's trying the downstairs entrance.
Okay, everyone in the building is securing interior doors. We're staying in studio. We keep broadcasting as long as we can.
They're not shouting. They're not making demands. They're just persistent.
Because they don't negotiate.
And they don't get tired.
Which means we have to be smarter than them. We take more calls. Final callers reporting infected in small towns, rural areas. Female caller handled by Michael. Female caller on line 1. Go ahead.
My name's Heather. I'm in rural Pennsylvania. We thought we were far enough away. We don't have bases near us. We don't have anything.
Heather, what's happening there?
There are soldiers in the town. They came down the highway in a truck. They stopped by the diner. People thought they were there to help. And then they attacked. They just attacked.
Are they still there?
Yes. They're walking down the street like they're clearing houses, like they're checking doors.
Heather, lock your doors. Stay away from windows. Do not call out to them. Do you have a basement?
Yes.
Heather, get down there with whoever you trust. Bring water if you can, bring a phone if you can, and stay silent.
I thought the military would protect us.
I know.
Okay.
Heather, thank you for calling. Stay alive.
That's the cruelty of this. People see uniforms and they step forward.
And today, stepping forward is the mistake.
We just got word we're on backup power. The building's emergency systems are running, but we don't know for how long.
That's happening across the eastern seaboard. We've had reports all day of unstable power, unstable comms. When infrastructure shakes, it doesn't come back quickly.
If we lose power, people lose one more source of information.
Then we use the time we have.
Okay.
For anyone still listening, the greatest threat you face right now is not just infection, it's trained infected. People who still know how to use weapons, still know how to move tactically, and do not respond to pain or fear.
They're relentless.
And they're wearing the symbol you used to trust.
My brother, Jake, if he's out there, he's either hiding or he's...
Soft but firm, Jenny.
I know.
We need to be transparent. Our building is not secure. We have staff reinforcing doors on lower levels. We are staying in studio. If our signal drops, it's not because we chose to stop, it's because we couldn't continue.
And if you're hearing us, you're not alone. Even if you're isolated physically, you're not alone.
Grim, we're going to keep taking calls as long as the lines hold. Male caller, line 7. Jenny.
Steady, strained. You're on red zone. Go ahead.
I'm Omar. I'm in Michigan. We got a notice to go to a safe staging area near a National Guard post. People started gathering, and then the guards started changing, one by one, like they were sick and then not sick, like they just went blank.
Did you see violence?
Yes, it started with one guard attacking another. Then they turned on civilians. People ran. I ran. I left my aunt behind. I don't know if she's alive.
Omar, I'm sorry.
The place they told us to go got us killed.
Omar, do not go to official gathering points unless you can verify they're secure and not guarded by military personnel. Stay small, stay quiet, stay mobile.
There's no such thing as secure.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Thank you for calling. Stay alive.
That's the pattern. Safe zones failing because the guards fail first.
Because the guards are the first exposure.
It's 4:58 p.m. Eastern. We're going into the next hour with two truths that are hard to hold in the same mind. Across the country, the military has issued a directive telling civilians to avoid uniforms. And here, at this station, we are watching uniformed figures move through our streets.
If anyone is still listening, remember this. Do not go toward bases. Do not go toward camps guarded by soldiers. Do not assume a checkpoint is safety just because it looks official.
Avoid anyone in uniform until proven safe. Keep distance, stay quiet, stay alive.
And if you're hiding right now, if you're in a basement, a closet, a car, somewhere you never thought you'd be, just know you're not crazy. You're not overreacting. This is real.
And it's moving fast.
Michael, we've got movement on the lower floors again.
Okay, then we keep talking until we can't. It's 4:59 p.m. Eastern. When we come back, we'll continue broadcasting as long as power and security allow, and we'll document what happens when the last voices go quiet. It's just after 5 p.m. Eastern. If you're still hearing us, that means two things. One, your radio still has power. 2, our signal is still holding. And I'm going to be honest with you. We don't know how long either of those will remain true. Across the eastern seaboard, we're seeing the grid fail in chunks. Not one clean blackout. It's pockets, it's neighborhoods, it's sections of counties going dark, then coming back weak, then dropping again. And when power becomes unstable, everything that depends on it becomes unstable too. Phones, emergency alerts, traffic control, water pressure, the whole nervous system of a city.
And for everyone who joined late, you missed the part where the military, through emergency channels, issued what might be the most chilling directive ever given to the public. Avoid uniforms, avoid bases, avoid checkpoints, avoid anyone in military gear. That's not a rumor, that's not our interpretation, that's what they sent out.
It's the first time in our lifetime that the United States Armed Forces have effectively told civilians, we can't verify ourselves, we can't protect you, and you might not be able to tell the difference between help and harm.
So people are going to choose survival and shoot first.
And that's going to kill innocent service members.
And if you're listening and you're active duty right now, if you're uninfected, hide your uniform, hide your gear. Don't approach civilians with a weapon in your hands, not because you're the enemy, but because the world has flipped and you're standing in the wrong symbol.
And if you're civilian, the hard truth is the same. The uniform is no longer a guarantee. Distance is your friend. Silence is your friend. Staying unseen is your friend. We're going to keep taking calls while we can, but I need listeners to understand. This station is not in a bunker. It's not a fortress. We're in a building in New York City with doors and hallways and stairwells like any other building. And those stairwells have been an issue for the last hour.
We have staff trying to hold the lower floors. We're in studio. We're staying on air as long as we can.
And if we go off, I want you to remember the core facts we've documented today, because information matters. It might not save everyone, but it can save someone.
It can save the next person who hears it.
Exactly. Now, male caller on line 6. Jenny, he's yours.
You're on Red Zone. Go ahead.
My name's Ethan. I'm in Lower Manhattan. I'm in a place I'm not supposed to be. I'm hiding.
Ethan, can you tell us where, generally?
The Statue of Liberty. Inside. There are people in here. Not a lot, but some. We got in earlier when things started shutting down.
You're on Liberty Island?
Yeah. And I can see Battery Park from up here. I can see the waterfront, and I'm telling you, there are uniformed figures down there.
Uniformed infected?
I don't know what they are anymore. I just know they're moving. Organized, like they're patrolling.
Patrolling, Ethan?
Shh. 2 up front, 2 behind. They stop. They look. They keep going. They're not wandering like lost people. They're acting like they have a job.
Like training is still inside them.
Yes. And people on the street, when anyone moves, those soldiers turn like they notice.
Ethan, do not reveal your position. Do not go near windows if you can avoid it. Keep the group quiet.
We thought the statue would be safe. It's literally a symbol. Like, it's supposed to mean something.
Symbols don't stop this.
How long do you think you'll be on air?
I don't know, but as long as we are, listen for the basics. Avoid uniforms, avoid bases, avoid gathering points with military guards. Stay quiet.
Okay.
Thank you for calling, Ethan. Stay alive.
Patrolling in Battery Park. That's where we are now.
That's where the country is now.
And for anyone thinking, okay, maybe that's just New York, let me remind you, we've gotten calls from Kansas, Pennsylvania, Texas, Ohio, California. This is not a single city collapse. This is nationwide chaos with a single common factor: infected military personnel acting like armed predators with training.
Which means the threat is not just numbers, it's capability.
You can't talk your way out of it. You can't reason with it. You can't assume it'll hesitate because it used to be human.
And you can't assume the next uniform you see is the one you used to salute.
We need to talk about the meaning of today, because the country is trying to process this as a normal emergency, and it's not.
Today wasn't the military responding to an outbreak.
The military was the outbreak's accelerant.
Because the military is trained to move fast, deploy fast, secure fast, and whatever this is, used that.
That's why everything happened so fast. You didn't have days, you didn't have weeks, you had hours. We're getting reports that infected military are outgunning local police. That's not a moral statement about police, that's just equipment and training. Officers can handle a lot. They cannot handle organized units with rifles and armored vehicles when the units don't fear death.
And now we're seeing the social collapse part. People turning on each other, neighborhoods barricading, rumors turning into executions, everyone suspicious.
Because when trust evaporates, fear fills the space. Now, before we lose the chance, I want to do something that might feel strange. I want to name people. Not for drama, from memory. Because if this broadcast becomes a recording, if it becomes something people find later, I want it to reflect that human lives were inside this, not just headlines.
Michael?
Michael. We heard Karen from New Jersey. We heard Denise in Virginia Beach. We heard Sarah from Fort Hood. We heard Emily outside Fort Liberty. We heard Rachel in California. We heard Heather in rural Pennsylvania. We heard Omar in Michigan. We heard Maria trapped in base housing. We heard Ethan in the Statue of Liberty. If you're one of those people, and you're still alive right now, I hope you know your voice mattered. Your warning mattered. You gave somebody else information they might not have had.
And if you're listening and you've lost people, if you're hiding and you can't reach your family, please understand, the silence doesn't mean you did something wrong. It means the system collapsed faster than anyone was ready for.
It collapsed in the one place nobody expected it to collapse first.
The military.
The institution people assume is unbreakable. We have another call. Female caller. Michael takes it fully. Line 1, go ahead.
My name's Brenda. I'm in New Jersey. My son he joined the army. He's stationed down south, and I can't reach him.
Brenda, I'm here. Tell me what you know.
I got a voicemail earlier. It was just noise and him whispering. He said, "Mom, don't come. Don't trust them." And then he said something like, "They're dead." And then it cut off.
He told you not to come.
What am I supposed to do? I'm his mother. I'm supposed to go to him.
I know. But if he warned you away, he did it for a reason. The safest thing you can do for him right now is stay alive and stay away from bases.
I keep seeing uniforms on the road, and I don't know if I should wave them down or run.
Do not wave anyone down. Create distance. Keep your doors locked. If you can avoid roads near bases, do it.
This feels like a bad dream.
It does, but you're awake, and you're doing the right thing calling and asking. Brenda, stay with neighbors if you trust them. Stay quiet, and I'm sorry.
Okay.
Thank you for calling.
Don't trust them. That's where we are.
It's not don't trust strangers, it's don't trust uniforms. That is a civilization-level fracture. Now we approach the end of the hour. The building is failing, power is failing, the infected are near. We keep it in dialogue, without sound cues.
Jenny, we've got reports from the lower floors again. People are retreating upstairs.
Okay, then we prioritize the message.
Okay.
If anyone is still hearing this, the military fell first. That means infected with training, weapons, vehicles, everywhere. Do not go to bases. Do not go to camps guarded by soldiers. Do not assume a checkpoint is safe because it looks official.
We documented 12 hours, the fastest military collapse in modern American history, not from enemy attack, from within.
And if you think you're waiting for the cavalry, understand the cavalry is infected. The cavalry is what you're running from.
Jenny, my hands are shaking.
Mine too.
Jenny, I keep thinking about my brother.
I know.
Jenny, and I keep thinking about how many people drove toward bases today because we all believe the same thing, that the uniform meant help.
And that belief got weaponized.
We didn't know.
We didn't know, but now we do.
So now we tell them.
That's our job.
Jenny, even if it's the last thing we do?
Yeah.
Jenny, Michael, they're at the studio floor.
Okay.
Jenny, we don't have much time.
Then we use what we have.
To whoever survives, remember what happened. Remember how it spread. Remember...
This is Michael Hale and Jenny Rodriguez, Red Zone Radio, New York. Avoid military installations. Avoid uniforms. Stay away from checkpoints. Stay alive.
Jenny, breath catches. Michael.
Michael, firm and final. To anyone hearing this, don't wait for rescue. Protect your people. Move smart and never assume. This is a recording. Red Zone Radio fell at 6:17 p.m., December 23rd. Hosts Michael Hale and Jenny Rodriguez documented the first 12 hours of the military outbreak. Their final message: the United States Armed Forces were the primary vector of rapid spread. Trained infected with weapons spread nationwide within hours. Avoid military installations. Avoid uniformed infected. This message repeats until power fails. Avoid bases. Avoid checkpoints. Avoid uniforms. This is a recording. The broadcast becomes something different after the last live words. It stops being news. It becomes a warning that survives on inertia, backup systems, emergency routing, whatever the building can do while everything else fails. People who later survive will describe it the same way, even if they never meet each other. A voice in the dark, a frequency that still speaks when streets don't. Avoid military installations. Avoid uniformed personnel. In the days after, as New York changes shape, less like a city, more like a maze of silence and movement, survivors begin to understand what Michael and Jenny were trying to say. It wasn't just that the military failed, it was that the infection inherited the military. Uniformed infected in organized units, coordinated patrols, streets checked in patterns, buildings entered methodically. And that's what makes the broadcast become legend, because it isn't telling people something poetic, it's telling them something practical. The uniform is death. Red Zone Radio, last stand, avoid uniforms. In other states, people hear the message through static-riddled radios in basements and barns. In small towns where the nearest base is hours away, and yet the infection still arrives in a vehicle. In suburbs where someone sets up a checkpoint because it looks official, and the survivors remember the recording and turn away before they're seen. Later, when people begin trading stories, whispers in shelters, scribbled notes passed between groups, Red Zone Radio becomes one of the few pieces of documented truth from the first day. Not because Michael and Jenny were heroes, because they were witnesses who didn't stop talking. This is a recording. Avoid uniforms. And then the recording begins to degrade. Not all at once, slowly, like a dying heartbeat. Words drop out, phrases repeat. The date becomes unclear. The names distort. Red Zone Radio. Fell. Avoid. 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 Some survivors later claim they heard movement in the building near the equipment. They claim the loop would restart at odd times, not perfectly on the hour. They claim the voice would stutter like someone had touched the system. Nobody can prove it. Nobody goes to check. The area becomes too dangerous. Because the building is in a city where uniformed infected still move with purpose, and because no one wants to walk into the place where the last voices died. To Michael and Jenny, you kept broadcasting when everything fell. That mattered. That final line becomes the most haunting part, because it feels almost human. Then, one day, the loop fails.
It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't offer closure. It simply stops being there. The frequency that used to carry Red Zone radio becomes quiet, and in that quiet, survivors lose one more anchor. They don't mourn it like a person. They mourn it like a light.